Hey, Ray.
I'm Tasha.
And I'm Mike.
And we don't have an intro, but welcome to Basically Everything, where we talk about literally everything. What are you looking forward to this week?
Thanksgiving. Let me just say Thursday. That's just me. But I do know coming up Thanksgiving, it's going to be an equal effort. Just like on a past show, we talked about switching up cooking because we're never using the kitchen together.
True.
Unless it's something you might like, hey, check them, whatever. So we'll probably be in the kitchen together. Now, technically, you're probably going to cook 70, 80% of it.
90. What you cooking?
I'm going to do the lamb chops.
Okay.
I'm going to do the chicken, the whole chicken.
Okay.
And I'm probably going to do the cabbage.
Okay, so we could go with 75, 80.
Yeah. But no, I'm looking forward to that. Honestly, just being off. Being off work.
You stole it from me because I'm looking forward to Wednesday. You want to know why? Because I ain't got to go to work on Thursday or Friday. So I'm looking forward to being off for these 4 days. And then, of course, next week, I'm not going to really be in the office. So I'm really looking forward to Wednesday because I'm going to go get my nails and my feet done and I'm going to be chilling.
I'm trying to think. There's something else. I don't know. This week feels a little different. I think, like you said, being off.
Yeah.
Getting a chance to, like, not eat different, but eat different stuff, maybe? Because think about the menu.
True. So we went very Caribbean for our Thanksgiving meal. So I'm doing jerk chicken, rice and peas, of course, macaroni and cheese. I'm doing a sweet potato casserole instead of candy yams.
I request that.
Yeah. So that's different. I'm doing a vegan banana pudding, which I've made him before because he doesn't really do dairy. And I think that's it.
That's enough.
Oh, green beans.
Oh, yeah, green beans.
I'm making some green beans.
Yeah, I was going to ask you because I made them one time before. Mm-hmm. But yeah, yours was better though. I don't really do a lot of pork either.
Yeah.
So the only pork I may get is if bacon is in something. I'm not going to just fry up a pack of bacon. Okay. So, yeah.
This podcast is all about military life, military experiences. So my first question for you is, what is military life like for you as a civilian when it comes to moving every couple years, me going out to trainings, like things like that?
So I would probably have to say the biggest thing for me is like moving. Because one, you never realize how much stuff you have.
Oh, man.
And then two, when you have two different people who possibly have two different ways of doing things. Because like with us, like we moved part of our stuff that one time.
Yeah, we did a partial ditty.
Yeah, and that was pure hell for me. Like, low-key, I would rather hire somebody to move our stuff for the partial ditty.
We could do that.
Yeah, we'll do that shit next. Because, like, I think, real talk, also first year, I think I had to take a walk around the block and scream. So moving is, like, probably number one for me. Outside of that, I don't think I had a really big adjustment because I think I look at, just say work, just military as a whole. I still look at the military as a corporation in a sense.
Okay.
So a lot of the way you all do things is the same way we do things. Something so small. We live on post. Say if I go to the shop and you're sitting there eating lunch and it's a male. I'm like, oh, coworker. Okay. It's literally that simple.
That's true.
You know, that part was not a big adjustment. Now, for me, just the moving, that was an adjustment.
So I'm gonna tell you, for me, moving in the beginning, it was an adjustment because my first duty station was overseas. So I was only overseas for 18 months. Then had to move all of my stuff to Georgia. Then I think I was at Benning for 3 years and then had to go back overseas. So I've gotten to the point where it's time to move again. In the military, we get this itch. If we are in one place too long, it's like, it's time to go. It's time to explore, I guess you can say. But one big thing, and you're probably not going to believe me when I say this, but like when I move is when I purge stuff.
I can, like, I totally see how that makes sense. Because before you move, like, you have to.
So that's the thing. You don't necessarily have to, because these military movers, if they could, they will pack up your trash. Right. Remember when we moved from South Carolina to Texas, I was opening up like the boxes, it was old seasoning. They had dumped like the whole junk drawer and just packed it up. Like literally anything that is in the house, they are going to pack up. So if it's old food in the corner of a closet, they gonna pack it up and put it in the box, and you gonna get that piece of old food.
Yeah, old dry spaghetti noodles.
Exactly. Like they don't care. They literally pack everything up. And so we get to the point where we're like, you know what? This don't need to make the move.
Yeah.
Literally, I did that with the washer and dryer. I was like, the living room set.
The set. And how old was that set?
Maybe a year.
Yeah.
So like the living room set from Texas to here, I was like, hey, I'm gonna sell it to the movers. And then the washer and dryer, I just gave it to them. I was like, go ahead. And then we just bought a new one.
But no, I can definitely see like definitely purging that way. I definitely see that. Now the only thing is, I guess there we're like polar opposites.
What you mean?
Like I probably purge during the year. If I ain't seen it.
Yeah, you be wanting to get rid of stuff all the time. I'm like, I can use that. Which,
I mean, it makes sense.
9 times out of 10, I end up using it some way, shape, or form within that time frame. You be like, oh, do we have this? Yeah, I got this. You wanted to throw it away.
You know who you sound like?
Who?
My daddy. See? I was glad I kept it. She glad I kept it.
Hey, that's why me and Richard like this.
Yeah.
That's the homie. But yeah, so the moving part, and I think like even with Adrian, like he would get the itch with me. It was we've been here too long now. It's time to go. Like I think this is the longest we will have been at a duty station because we're staying here until our oldest graduates high school. And that was his choice because if it wasn't, we would have been gone this year. We would have been out of Kansas, hopefully back in the South.
Yep.
But he wanted to stay here. He liked his high school. So we was like, you know what? We'll do it for the kid and then just leave afterwards. Now, I will say training is a big one. I know for you, you're like, it's okay. It's not that big of a deal. For me, now that I'm older and I have younger kids, anytime they say, well, we got to go to the field or I got to go to NTC, when earlier this year, they had me in NTC for 54 days. And if anybody's in the military, 54 days at NTC. Why? Because they wanted to send me early. Why? For no fucking reason. But that's just my opinion.
They thought you knew your shit.
No.
I'm not. I was just making a joke.
I would say there was nothing for me to do.
Right.
Like the higher leadership thought that I needed to sign for certain things for them prior to, which yes, that makes sense. But we were falling in on equipment. So I could not sign for that equipment until those people were done.
But still, if you had nothing to do, like
I missed a whole 4 day because they wanted me to go early.
I ain't gonna say the Army wasted money, but if
it's okay, I got to ride around in one of them big trucks.
3,500 ain't it, or 2,500?
Yeah. But like now, just me going to training, I literally get aggravated and frustrated because half of the time I'm not really doing anything. I'm a body for numbers. And it's okay, you took me away from my kids to sit here on a computer. Once you do get to a certain level in the military and or a certain rank, you do tend to do less in certain areas. And because of my job, I don't have a big part in the actual field. So when I was in the field for those 10 days, I was leaving early in the morning and coming home late at night. So I didn't see my kids at all. So it's very frustrating.
But NTC?
Oh, yeah. How was NTC? How was it when I was gone from January to March?
So the thing is, my kids, but more so than the younger ones, they are totally different when they're with me compared to my wife. Granted, I'm pretty sure there are certain things that they do less of when they're with you and vice versa with me. For example, if it's just my wife and the kids, sit down to eat like little angels. More so Brooke. She's like a little angel. But then NTC, Brooke was walking on the table.
Oh, yeah.
Brooke was trying to jump from the table. That's not a short jump.
It's not. Was Mason doing it, though?
Mason probably had done it, say a day or so before,
okay.
and wasn't doing it anymore, but she remembered that he was doing it. So, yeah, she's going to do damn near anything that he tries to do.
Exactly.
Man, I got to the point to where I'm like, listen, y'all take your ass to bed. 7 o'clock, 7:30, go to bed. I needed some peace and quiet. That little one was But then at the same time too, we had a pretty decent routine. Like how we said before, like I was trying to get the clothes out for the week, and I was literally stacking them by day, shirt, pants, whatever, Monday, and stacking them up. So I tried to do that. That did help out, but it was just more so in the evening. And then too, it was no basketball, it was no activity, so it was just from 3:15 all the way up to like I say 7 o'clock, but they weren't taking their ass to sleep at 7 o'clock.
Of course not. You know what? That brings us into something else, routines. So normally people be like, oh, you should have a good routine. And being in the military, oh, y'all have a strict routine. Oh my goodness. When I hear other people talking about their household shuts down at 7 or 7:30, I be like, how? Please teach me, because the little one, although she's still good with me as far as getting into bed, she might not go to sleep, but she'll get in the bed. But if we try to put these kids in the bed before 7:30, it's not happening.
Before 8:30, like this before 8:30? Oh, we're screaming for the morning.
Not even sleep, but even in the bed. Like these kids, they be up looking at us. Like, you gonna fall asleep? No, you gonna fall asleep? No. Yeah. Oh, so we just gonna sit here and stare at each other?
But then, they get it honestly though.
From you, not me, because I love sleep.
Yeah.
Brooke does too.
So she'll go to sleep, but she'll stay up though.
She'll stay up, but the one that honestly, it took a while to get him in a good routine is Mason when he first started school. Because he will get in bed at 8:30 and we'll let him watch a little TV, and then we'll put the sleeper on and he'll go to sleep. But then he will wake up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. And he did that for a good couple weeks.
Well, hold on. That's not even the bad part. What steps do we have to take to stop him from getting up?
Taking a remote and hiding it.
Oh, so we took his remote.
Yes.
Hid it.
Yes.
So he was like, okay, fuck it. I'm going to go do what? I'm going to go to daddy's office.
Yep.
Find my remote control, watch TV.
Yep.
So then I had to buy the little things for the doorknob.
So he couldn't open it. But then, guess what he could do?
He can open it. So then I had to hide my remote control in crazy places. But then what did he do then? He moved downstairs.
Yeah.
Now I got to hide. We got 3 or 4 remote controls.
Yeah.
And they're hidden, like, behind the, like, he can't reach it, but, like, behind the TV, like, just tucked away.
Yeah.
But, like, now he goes to sleep.
Right.
These motherfuckers done hit everything. I can't do nothing.
Not only that, so eventually just started to stay in the bed. He was like, you know what, I'm not about to get up. But then at the same time, he's doing sports.
Yeah.
And even when he's not doing sports, we're doing something with him with sports at home, whether, hey, go in there and dribble 20 times or do a bounce pass or do something. And then because he doesn't take naps, him and his sister just be running around the house. So when it is time to relax and they take a bath, he'd be good to go.
Yeah, like the last, from what I've noticed, like the last month or so, roughly.
Yeah, probably a little more. Like I said before, like when you were gone, cake. Amazing. And it brings me to another good point. So each parent, we have a different routine.
Yes.
And the kids follow that routine to the T when the other parent is not there.
Yeah.
So like when you came back from visiting your parents, you threw us off our routine because I'm like, hey, they was taking baths at this time. They was eating at this time. We was all laying down at this time. You came home. Bath time got later. That's kids was still up looking at you like, Daddy.
That's true.
Brooke was jumping off couches.
And I guess because then again, I don't be thinking about sleep how y'all do.
We have to because of the little ones. Literally, no matter what, they still have to get up and go to school. Like with Mason being in kindergarten, and he still got to wake up at 7 o'clock in the morning.
Then not only that, we know if we wake up and he sleep in my office, we're like, oh.
He woke up in the middle of the night.
Yeah, and let's go ahead and warn the teacher.
Yeah.
He didn't sleep through the night, so he may have a little cranky day. Or it may take him a while to get warmed up to everybody.
What you mean a little cranky? Mason be extremely cranky.
It's crazy. I'm like probably the only morning person in the house.
You are, because who wants to talk in the morning?
Talking is just good morning. Like none of y'all where you want to wave your hand.
It be too early. You don't be letting us like wake up.
But y'all wake up is okay. Say y'all get up at 8:30, 9 o'clock. Y'all not up until 11:30.
No.
Okay, 10.
I have to be up and like walking around.
That's my point.
But military life, I'm at the end of it.
Hold real quick, and you would think with military life, now this is what I was like, even with me being a civilian, you would think everybody in the military is a morning person. Because you think y'all gotta get the hell up.
Yes, just because we gotta get up to do PT don't mean we want to get up and do PT. Like half of them people don't be brushing their teeth. Don't talk to me with your stink ass breath. A lot of people just roll out of bed, put their PTs on. So I've known some people that sleep in their PTs and just get up out the bed and go straight to PT. No, don't talk to me.
Oh man.
Leave me alone. And it still be dark outside. So it's now y'all got me standing out here in the dark looking at people. Why are we talking?
It's called being polite.
We can be polite later.
Anyway, we can go all day on that.
How military life has changed us. I don't think, okay, actually, no, I'm not gonna lie. So for me, I've had seasons where I've changed because of the military. So drill sergeant, I was a lot harder, a lot more aggressive, a lot more nonchalant. I really didn't care about anybody's feelings. I said what was on my mind. I brought work home. Yes, listen, I know, Mike, I see you staring at me. Yeah, the volume of my voice, like Mike has had to say a few different times, hey, I'm not one of your soldiers, and or you are not at work. So that was definitely a season. But then, of course, once we left South Carolina and we went to Texas, it wasn't as bad. I just have to
No, and that's true because once you
step away from it. Stepped away from it.
Yeah, but and it's almost like because you had to, because if I'm not, you was pregnant on the trail too, right?
No, so
It was already off?
The month that I found out I was pregnant is the same month that I had it. So actually, now that I'm thinking about it, we did pick up a cycle when I was pregnant, but I didn't finish that cycle. I ended up off the trail.
I think you started to, for lack of better terms, soften up. But then again, I don't think that was because your hormones were fucking changing. That's what it was. So it wasn't that she was off the trail. It was like God was like, make her pregnant so she can't like a goddamn break.
Oh my goodness, ever. I was not that bad. But I would say that's how, because after basic training and I went home, I think my mom said the same thing. Oh, you're just so hard. But that was the beginning. That was honestly, 19 years old.
But you had, low-key, you had to be like that.
Yeah.
What you gonna do? Pat him on the back?
Honestly, I just think the military didn't make me hard. My upbringing did, and the military kind of just polished the shit. Does that make
Put a little extra seasoning on it?
Yeah, put a little seasoning on it and polished it up and was like, oh, now you have a reason to be the way you are because you're in the military now.
I think that's very fair.
But then, of course, after having a couple more kids and being away from the extra hustle and bustle of things, I got to sit back and soften up and be a girl.
Yeah.
Get my nails and feet done, carry a purse, things like that. One thing he used to always say, why don't you put on some earrings? Because in the military at that time, we couldn't wear earrings.
Dude.
So I was just like...
I can remember us about to go somewhere. I'll go back in the house and get some earrings.
But you have to... My day-to-day, I couldn't wear earrings.
What else I was there for?
Now, I can, so it is a little different.
Yeah.
But back then, it's like a habit thing.
Hey, I was just doing my part to tell you that way.
Oh my goodness. Whatever.
Well, let me see. I'm trying to think what else is different about you. Because honestly, I don't think the military, I think I'm just still the same. I had to adjust to some things. I don't think it changed.
What did you have to adjust to?
Coming here, living on post is an adjustment.
We've never lived on post until now. And it is a culture shock for me because we're used to space. We went from a 3,200 square foot home to a 1,900 square foot home, and it's just different.
Yeah.
That's all I'm saying. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Kansas is an adjustment. I should say living on post. Definitely the space, because space is a big deal. When your now 6-year-old says, hey, I want to go back to the old house, go back to the big house. When they were 3, it's definitely an adjustment because he could literally hop out of bed, own bathroom. The loft was his playground. You know what I'm saying?
We had a
movie room. Even with age, now, I'm pretty sure he gets pissed off having to walk out of his bedroom to walk to a shared bathroom compared to, because
he had what is it called, an ensuite?
And then even think about it, he had an ensuite, and then of course the 2 other rooms had it wasn't a Jack and Jill,
but it was right in the middle of where the other
the
two
little
were.
pod of that area. Not saying this is a bad thing, but I could go a couple of hours without seeing my wife, but I still knew she was downstairs. Like I would still go downstairs and get something to drink or whatever. I might throw some shit at you or something and go back upstairs.
I had an enclosed office.
Oh yeah, enclosed office. Yeah. But at the same time too, once I get back in that size space, I'm gonna appreciate it a little bit more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That, and then I had to get used to walking to the fucking mailbox. That was an adjustment.
That was actually very weird because I was not used to not having a mailbox in the front of the house and they just stick it in.
Because especially like here, it could be like 3 days, it's raining or snowing nonstop. And you might not check your mail for a week.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh shit, let me go get this mail. Those little things are adjustments.
You know what else I noticed about you, though, that you probably didn't think about, but you're extremely friendly. Okay, so case in point, we moved here in 23. Okay, I know, we've been here forever. Not next door, but next door to next door, Casey, and then we're moving in.
I try to be very observant with certain things or whatever. And I noticed that he drank, I'm assuming this is what I tell. I noticed that at the time, our neighbor was drinking like Miller Lite.
Okay.
Like 16 ounce. So I was like, okay, first of all, I still didn't talk to nobody in a sense, but this was like my peace offering.
Exactly. Who does that? Who be like, oh, I seen him moving in and he was drinking this beer. Oh, I'm about to go get me something. Let me get him something and just give it to him. That's random as hell.
And I did that for the neighbor next to him.
Exactly. And now, do you have both their phone numbers? Do you talk to Casey? Exactly.
And I talked to the other neighbor too.
And that's very nice and friendly.
I think that's a male thing.
Because I see these people all the time. They don't talk to me.
Because you know why? Sometimes you still have your
resting bitch face on.
I don't never really say that term, but I call it just your drill sergeant face. But that's who I am too, though.
You weren't like this in Texas.
Well, we didn't have no cool neighbors.
Except for the first house across the street.
Oh, yeah. He was cool as hell. Like, Mason loved him.
That's true. But then he was always outside too.
Right. But then we moved to the second house in Texas. If you think about it, the house to the right, he was lame. He didn't even speak to me. I was like, what's up? He didn't speak to me.
But then eventually, the dude that walked funny.
The cars are like tall dude. He used to hoop. So we'll chop it up outside, drink a beer, something like that. I've made more friends here compared to Texas. Like, I don't talk to nobody in Texas.
That is true.
Nobody was outside. Here. But then, with that being said, stuff is reciprocated.
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? I think when you was going to NTC case, hey man, here goes some tequila. I don't know what brand this is, but I know you like tequila. He brought me some tequila.
True, but then at the same time, he knew I was in NTC.
Right. And just later on, he bought me like a nice ass bottle of, I'm not gonna say the name, but some whiskey. I was like, oh, I appreciate it, boss. And I cracked it right there.
I guess. Maybe it is a man.
I think it's a thing.
So do you think when we go back to South Carolina, you're going to be like that with our new neighbors?
We have no neighbors.
Before we move into our built house, when we are going to have people to the left to the right of us?
Yes and no, but see, the reason probably more no, because that's my area. Like, I already have my set of friends.
But we're not moving to that area. We're moving further north of that area.
It don't matter. Because think about like my group of friends. Chances are, I'm like, hey, Friday night, Dave, what y'all got going on? Ain't nothing. Say it's 7 o'clock, man. I ain't got no. Well, shoot, come through. 45 minutes, they on the road. And what's gonna happen if they get too faded?
Stay at the house.
Or say if I go down there, hey, boy had one too many. I'm gonna sleep this thing off a little bit. I'm probably hitting the road at 5 in the morning. I'll be home before you up.
That kind of reminds me when I went to that baby shower. Dude, I was not expecting to drink.
I had to make you stay.
I was like, no, Deja was like, I wasn't going to let you leave, no way. I get it. But military in our relationship, do you think the military has any part in our relationship? Whether it's good, bad, ugly, indifferent, or we're just two regular ass people?
Honestly, I think just two regular ass people. Honestly, because if you worked in the civilian world, I think we would be... The only difference, I think we'll still be real similar. The only difference is like the moving.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more control.
Yeah.
On your side, on the military side.
Yeah, no, I can see that. Now that you say that, yes. If it was the civilian side, I wouldn't be going to random as field problems or,
Because if you think about it, just not even now, just think about early on in our relationship, I traveled a decent amount,
That's true.
but I still have not traveled as much as you traveled
Yeah.
just with NTC.
But not only
Right.
that, so I went with you
Yeah,
on
exactly.
90% of
Right.
your trip. And
Right.
we made it a trip with us. Like when we went to New Orleans. Of course, in the morning time, you had to do what you had to do with work because it was like a conference.
Uh-huh.
And go do what you had to do. And then at night,
Shit, night,
man,
dude, think I would be done by 2:00.
I know, right? I'd be sitting up there, I'd be like, ooh, I get some sleep, wake up, hey, it's time to drink, it's
Yeah.
time to, you know what I'm saying? That hotel was amazing.
Oh, yeah.
But yeah, so most of the time I came with you. Again, this is before the kids. In the military, it's not like you can come with me.
Oh, exactly. I can't go nowhere.
You can't come with me to the training events or NTC. Now, if I was thinking like y'all could have came out to NTC for those first 2 weeks, only because nobody was there. Like I didn't have a real job. We weren't in the box yet. We weren't restricted yet. Because remember, it was me and 4 other people. And the chief that I went with, he had the 3 cooks with him 24/7. Like, sorry, can I go with you? I was like, yes, listen, if y'all get some time, I'll take y'all off post to Walmart. Cause they'd come up to me and be like, sorry, he be having us do stuff.
Man,
And I'd be cracking up. I'm like, y'all just gotta let me know. Like,
y'all was literally in the middle of nowhere. Because Walmart was what, 45 minutes?
oh my,
Was that Barstow?
yes.
Yeah, and it's funny. I was telling Daryl that, and that's what Daryl from at Barstow. But I guess that's the base he used to work on.
Yeah.
That's literally in the middle of nowhere.
And I think the only place that they went to, so the chief did end up taking them to Walmart at one point, but they were like, yeah, he was rushing us. He was like, hey, y'all only got 10, 15 minutes and then we got to go. And I'm like, yeah, I wouldn't have did that. I was like, hey, y'all take us out. We ain't got nothing to do. And then, of course, I would consider it like down the hill almost, but the down the hill was like an hour away. You had a Chipotle, you had like Starbucks, but it was literally an hour from the base.
I remember
there.
you talking about, because you was like, hey, I got to make it worth my while or something like that.
Exactly.
Yeah.
If I'm going to go down there, I got to do everything.
Yeah, that's right. Because you had to buy an internet package.
Yes.
Or yeah.
And I took that bitch back.
I remember that. So I guess that would be the only adjustment if you were to be in the civilian world. It's just that, like, you have those pockets of time where you're going for long periods of time. Yeah. Compared to me, I have those pockets of time where I'm just gone for 4 days.
Yeah, 4 days.
Yeah, and especially like now, this job lasts 4 or 5 years. I only really travel maybe once
a year.
Yeah, I think coming up like next year, I got to travel twice.
For a couple days.
One is like
bad.
2 days.
Yeah.
The other was like 4 days. So yeah, I haven't gotten 30 days in the last. Yeah, I haven't traveled 30 days in the last 9, 10 years.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah.
The way the Army work.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, so some rapid fire questions.
Sure.
Now, although we have been together for over 10 years, we've only been at 3 duty stations.
Right.
Which makes sense, 3, 3, and 3. But that's 9. But we met in South Carolina. So, best duty station.
Texas.
I will agree. Loved it. If I didn't want to be closer to family,
and it's cheap.
we will definitely be going to Texas. But Texas is way too far from everybody that we know.
Yeah, but Texas is dope.
Worst duty station here, Kansas.
Hey, but let me say this: I didn't think Kansas is better than I thought it was. Maybe because I'm thinking like Oz, I'm thinking damn Wizard of Oz instantly, and I'm thinking like, what is there to do?
So out of my 18 years, it's almost 19. It'll be 19 in January. Kansas is the worst duty station ever. And I have been to Korea, Fort Benning, Georgia. Loved it. I was in Germany. Then I was in Augusta, Georgia. And then I was in South Carolina and then Texas. And then here. So out of 7 duty stations, this is the worst. Everything closed at 3.
Oh, dude, even on Friday. And then it's crazy, like, I ain't gonna lie, this is like low-key pisses me off because I gotta say it. So, obviously, we don't eat like Popeyes like that often, but it's like those sparing moments where we're like, okay, I want some chicken.
Yeah.
But on a Friday,
It's closed.
they be closed early? Like, you would think they're gonna be stay open.
No. Everything, on post and off post, closes at 3 o'clock in the afternoon before people even go to work.
That's what would be crazy, yeah.
So name something that you learned as a civilian that most civilians think about the military.
Ooh, like low key, we think at least I did anyway. It's easy for y'all to get promoted.
As you can see,
Yeah,
that
it's
is
easy
not
for
the
y'all to
case.
get promoted. Or let me rephrase that. You know how you don't know, but like in my world, if I get real cool with the VP or whatever, the VP becomes, I need this person in this position. I want Mike. So we low key think, hey, if you real cool with the colonel can plug you, or you real cool with sergeant major, they probably can get you in a position, meaning like they can't make you go from E7 to E8, E9. They can probably I need her in this slot.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
To help her get promoted.
Right.
Yeah.
But they're not gonna give you E8.
No.
How like in the civilian where I could go from a rep to a manager or a director because somebody higher up wants me there.
Nope. Which I totally get it. And I do think that the military is on the right track with that because it's not nepotism because it's not kids. But just imagine if it was like that.
Oh, dude, y'all would have no, I hate to say it, like, but y'all would have no workers. Oh, y'all have nothing but workers, no middle management.
Exactly. You would have the E4 and below, no middle management.
Yeah. Because I ain't gonna front. And you all know this. I got a cool ass frat brother. Come on, bro.
Yeah.
I will plug you.
And then that is another thing. So the military is full of sororities and fraternities of all kinds.
Yeah.
Not just D9, but of all kinds. Our general is a part of a fraternity. And so was his aide, but they didn't know that they were a part of that same fraternity until he was about to leave.
That's crazy to me.
Because one thing that they don't do, they don't talk about it. So they did not know that each other was part of the same fraternity until that one person left.
And see,
Or was leaving.
Right.
So I think he was like clearing. And of course, his wife is part of my sorority. And she was the one that told me. And I was just like, man, I didn't even know that.
in my world, that's what, if I'm new and I go to your office, and I hate to say it like this, like, and you're black, but as we know, it's not always you got to be black or whatever. But
That's true.
like I'm looking for something.
Yeah.
Like if I go in your office and I see anything, certain colors together, if I see, I don't care what it is, if I see black and gold, purple and gold, red and white, because I'm gonna assume you Greek.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna be happy. I would prefer to be my fraternity, but hey, it's another Greek.
Yeah.
And don't tell me you went to HBCU. Oh, it's a wrap. We're friends.
And it's crazy because, again, like I said, I didn't even know that this general was Greek. I was just like, what? And then, of course, she kind of explained it to me because on the officer side, you can only go so far with that, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
A lot of the Greeks that we know are like captains and under or enlisted. So, yes, you do have the majors and things like that, but they're extremely low-key.
Oh yeah, because
They don't really put it out there like that.
even my closest partner here, I call this fool to work. Like he is definitely Captain So-and-so. He in that role.
So it's just crazy how the military is when it comes to a lot of things like that. But I'm going to tell you one thing that I wish I knew before coming in the military, though.
What?
So I know you're in higher ed, and we were talking about people just graduating. One thing I wish I knew about the military before joining the military is that they was going to pay for school, and I could have got my degree before actually being in the military, if that makes sense. So I told you I had recruiters come to my high school, and I took one of the little pamphlets, and I was like, I'm going to do ROTC because they're going to pay for school. And I actually had a friend talk me out of it. And she was like, you don't want to do that because you're going to go to war and you're going to this and the other. And I was like, man, you know what? She got a point. I don't want to do that. And then I joined the military. And literally, probably 8 months later, just joined the military all willy-nilly. Then I come in and I was like, oh, man, I can still do ROTC. Then I started getting promoted really fast. And I was like, you know what? I'm about to be Sergeant Major of the Army, so I'm not going to do it. But I wish I would have known that about the military. And I think, like, the question was, what was the question? Oh, something civilians would never understand. I think that's something that civilians will never understand, just as far as most civilians think, hey, right after high school, you have to go to college. But right after high school, you can go to the military and then get your college paid for free.
Yeah. So that is true. I don't think people do realize that. And you're right. I think a lot of times after high school, the next step is just college.
And then the biggest thing is you don't have to go active duty. You can be National Guard or Reserves, meaning you only got to go one weekend. And I am not promoting the military. Let me put that out there. Disclaimer, not promoting the military, because that's not everybody's calling. But you can go to the reserves or National Guard one weekend out of the month and get a free education.
Yeah.
Like, literally, I have a bachelor's and a master's, and I've only paid $2,000 out of my pocket.
That's a fair trade-off.
It is.
Because I don't even want to talk. Like, I ain't gonna front. If the military came to me right now at my age and say, hey, if you come in there right now, 2 years, 3 years, and we'll forgive 3/4 of your student loans, I'm going.
If you would have came in probably 10 years ago and you came in like National Guard, they do have student loan forgiveness.
Man, listen.
Like, they still have student loan forgiveness now, but I think you have to do a certain amount of time.
I could probably get a waiver.
Not now.
I think I could get a waiver.
You're 45.
Right. And
what's the age cutoff?
So, I don't know. Like 43? Oh, it's in the 40s.
We're going to look it up and we're going to get back to it.
Because I would just be frank and honest here. I've seen so many E4s who look like they need to be sergeant majors. I know for a fact right now, I'm pretty sure I could outperform the average 30-year-old in the Army.
I don't know.
I can do that. I'm certain I can do that.
And then the next day, y'all is going to be tired and sore as hell.
I might be, but I only have to do that PT test how many times a year?
Every 6 months.
Twice a year? I definitely think I can outperform the average 30-year-old in the Army. No, I just saying I can touch my toes. I can bend over and tie my shoe without kneeling. I can run up some steps. Matter of fact, we even did that challenge the other day when you got on my shoulders.
But that's different.
I bet you can't do it.
Oh, my goodness. Maybe. So maybe not. The world will never know. You know what commercial that's from?
That's the lollipop commercial. Tootsie Roll, yes. I remember that. I would tell them my age then.
This is the last question. One thing you would change about the military?
Ooh, one thing I would change about the military is probably a 2-in-1. I think enlisted pay probably needs to change. And the promotion, like how people get promoted.
Hell yeah.
Man, I see some folks who, and that was the wrong word to say. I know some people, and when I say people, all walks of people who probably don't need to be their individual rank.
Oh,
and I say that I don't work with these individuals.
I do.
But the thing is, I can see how they operate in their regular life. To where, you know something, you don't need to be supervising nobody. If you look like a goddamn soup sandwich, like sloppy and shit, how are you a master sergeant?
Yeah.
Because if you're a master sergeant, you've been in at least how long? At least 17 years?
It depends, but at earliest, let's just say 15. I mean, that's real early. I totally agree with you. Like, I have people that have surpassed me in rank and then be asking me questions. And I'm looking at them like, how did you get to this point and you don't know this answer? This is literally our job. And they're the same level as me.
But case in point, too, like also, too, I also have to say, like, realistic, if you want to go to your next rank, you could.
Yes.
But you're just like,
over it.
Fuck y'all.
I'm over it.
Okay.
I am over the military. I'm over all of them.
And 1 or 2 years is probably not worth the time for the reflection of the money that you may get. So that's not like a, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not a make or break type.
I've known like some master sergeants turn down sergeant major. Actually, when we was in Texas, I want to say she was the retention in Seattle. She was an E8. She got picked up E9, and she just had to go to the academy, and she said no. She did not want to do it. She was going to retire. And I was like, that's the realest shit that I heard, because everybody else is, oh, you should just stay in. Of course, again, I work at the division level. So I work around a whole bunch of...
But you got to explain that, too, because I still don't like division. I don't know what's under there.
So let's just think about a pyramid, right? So at the bottom of the pyramid is company level, which you have a captain or 03, that's over 200 soldiers.
Oh, I'll let you cook.
Okay, thank you. So that's the bottom of the pyramid. And then the next level up is a battalion. And so the commander of a battalion is a lieutenant colonel. So is that a 04? No, 3, like 05. Yes, because brigade is full bird. 05, okay? And then they have their sergeant major, and they're over the companies, and there could be 5 to 7 companies. So you got the battalion, right? Above the battalion, the next tier is brigade, where you have an 06 that is a full bird colonel with also his command sergeant major that's over the, and I'm just going off the first brigade. We had 5 battalions. So my brigade commander was over the 5 battalions. Each battalion was over 5 to 7 companies. Okay?
That's a lot.
It is. And then above the brigade is division, where you have your general, whether it's a 2-star general or a 3-star general, as the post commander. But then we also have 1-star generals that is maintenance, or the M, or like supply, which is like the S. And so one is in general, one is a full bird colonel. So I'm at that division level where I work with the generals. And then in my section, I have a lieutenant colonel.
Gotcha.
And a sergeant major, even though I still have a brigade sergeant major of a battalion.
Y'all got too many chiefs.
You got a lot. What's the proper term?
Worker bees.
You still have a lot of worker bees and a lot of
Chiefs.
You can't say chiefs.
Okay, y'all got too many people who got the same level of power. It seemed like to me.
You have a lot of people that are at that, but you also have a lot of workers.
Okay.
So now you're maybe, what was I explaining?
Because you were saying like company, battalion, like people really don't know what brigade is. Like, because the only thing above brigade is what, big army?
No. I mean, above division is like corps.
So we're initially saying that, because I made a comment of pay and ranking structure.
So going back to everything, I think the pay should be off of the level that you work.
Okay.
So I work at no, you know what? I was telling you how, because you asked me what I stay in for the pay just to make the next rank. And I was telling you that I know she was a master sergeant.
Turned it down.
And turned it down. And me being at the division level. So me being at the division level, there are a lot of higher ranking people. And every time like I meet somebody or there's a new sergeant major that comes into office, they just be like, how long you been in? Or what do you plan on doing next? And I'm like, retired. Do you really want to retire? Yes. You sure you can? I'm done. Like I told the general then too. He was like, oh, so what are you doing after this? I said, retire. He was like, oh, we need more soldiers like you. I said, sir, I'm done. I'm not doing it. But I say all of that just to say it's not always about the money. For me, it's about my sanity. And I have 2 younger kids. I've already put my oldest through being deployed, being overseas, going to these different schools for over 30 days, him having to go stay with my mom and go to school out there. Like, I don't want to do that with the little kids, even though we're married. Like,
Right.
still, I'm away. So that little extra money, I can make it up on the back end.
Yeah. So I guess, because even like now, even if you had to put money in there, is 4 extra years of your life worth that? Because technically you can look at it like, hell, if I get out now and I put everything into my business, I could be making double that within 4 years. So it just really depends on your perspective of what you can do.
My mindset is within 6 months,
Yep.
where I could be making twice as much on businesses, only because I will have the actual time to put my all into said businesses. I'm not working 9 to 5, then coming home, being a mom, and then being like, okay, I need to take 2 hours out of this time because Mike is giving kids a bath, getting them ready to work on this business, or I only got Saturdays and Sundays. Now, now there's sports. I will actually have time to focus on that.
And I will say this, and not necessarily for you, but I do feel that retention levels in the Army will be better if, once again, if pay from enlisted and pay to officer, I'm not saying they're going to be the same, But if the gap was shortened, if they close the gap a little bit.
If they close the gap just by because like their biggest thing is, of course, I'm not an officer, but they assume more risk when it comes to training and things like that because they have a degree. There are a lot of enlisted people with a degree. It was an incentive of, hey, if you get a bachelor's, you can get an extra $150. I'm pretty sure you have more people get bachelor's and or master's, or depending on what position that you're working at. So for the last, before I went to division, I was at a brigade, and in my last duty station, I was at a brigade. So I was working with a major. So I'm not saying our pay had to be the exact same, but because I was at brigade at C, maybe they gave me an extra $300 or something.
Quick question. So is it common for someone to go from, say, brigade to go down one level? Is that common?
It depends on your rank.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Because you can still be, you can be an E7 at the battalion level, right?
Yes.
So I guess the question I'm asking is, so say if I'm working at brigade and then, I don't know, just say my time is up at the duty station and they need this E7 wherever, but it's on the battalion level, I will possibly lose money.
No, it's not.
No, but I guess I'm saying this. But see, y'all should be used to that though, because y'all make and lose money all the time. And I'm saying it because if you go from South Carolina to California,
Yeah.
or you go from California to fucking somewhere, and if you go to, what is it, Fort Polk,
Yeah. We lost money coming here.
that's what I'm saying. So I guess it wouldn't make a difference because y'all are always gaining and losing money. Because if you're jumping whatever times a month, or if you're a drill, you get more. You see what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Going from drill to Texas, that hurt my soul.
Yeah.
Because they took that extra money. I was, oh.
But I'm saying that to say, well, y'all are used to gaining or losing money, so it's not.
Everybody. But retention would be a lot better if the pay was increased more on the enlisted side. And not saying to take anything away from the offer, but if you just close that gap just a smidge, you know what I'm saying, it would, a lot more people would decide to stay in. But I also think that's another reason why they gave the E4 and below a big rate. And it upset a lot of E5s, which rightfully, I believe like the E4 was making maybe $50 less than what the E5 was making. So there's no real, oh, I'm trying to make, and I was just like, shit, we $50, I'm saying E4.
Responsibility. If there could be some type of way, and this is, I'll speak on this from personal experience because I know you have your own experience with enlisted people, officers and so forth. But I have known some people who have been officers and they could have been enlisted first, or say their dad, like their dad or uncle was prior, but they were enlisted. But this officer understood.
Oh, there's a lot of those.
That's what I'm saying. If there were more, because I've known some officers who were just fucking dicks. Let's be honest with it.
So
I'm just saying, and once again, from my personal experience.
From my experience too, yes, the prior enlisted officers, some are better, but some are still dicks because they feel like officer, I'm better, type shit.
That's cool.
Hey, people do come in the military and change their whole persona of themselves. Like I was in Korea and people wanted to be in gangs. Like we is in Korea, let's be all the way for real.
Man.
And they used to carry around bandanas and everything. I was like, oh my God,
Fuck out of here, man.
these people is extremely crazy. But yeah, that was like a really great conversation.
No, it was.
But we are coming to it, and just like our intro, we do not have an outro. But thank you for listening to basically everything. You can follow us on all social media platforms at BAESICALLY, everything. And I'm going to say it again, BAESICALLY, everything on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and YouTube. We drop episodes every Thursday, and don't forget to subscribe and share. Until next time, peace. If this conversation made you uncomfortable, good. The next episode goes even deeper, and we don't hold back. Click the next video and keep watching us.